My name is Lisa Hammill, and I'm going to tell you the story behind the song on Josh Smith's album, This Is What Grace Feels Like. So about 2 years ago, I received a call in the middle of the night from my brother-in-law, and my immediate response was, "What's wrong?" Because typically you don't get a phone call at that time of the night. And he began to tell me that my mom was gone. And it took me a while to process what he was saying. So I woke up my husband and we left. And so I just immediately called them right back and said, "I need you to tell me what's going on." And he said, "Your mom's gone. I'm sorry." He said, "But that's not all. Johnny, who's my stepdad, is gone as well." And so we raced to the house. And I remember as we topped the hill, right before we got to the driveway, you could just see lights and lights from the first responders. And at that moment, I realized the reality of what had happened. And so my stepdad came home from work and found my mom unresponsive and began CPR, which in turn put him into cardiac arrest. And they both passed away just within hours of one another. Which left my sister and I with 2 businesses and a 26-year-old special needs brother to take care of. So we immediately moved in to take care of him. My sister took over the businesses, and my husband and I became his full-time caretakers, and my children moved in with us as well. And at the funeral, I remember thinking how nice it was just to be in a setting with all of our friends and family celebrating the life of my parents. And I did not find myself in a state that was sad or upset, but just rejoicing in the fact that we could all have church together. And it was such a blessing to be able to be in like mind with all of those people. And being in the ministry, we had served many, many times for different families, for their funerals, for their loved ones, and I wanted more than anything to be able to offer that to my parents and to be able to participate in the service for their funeral and be able to minister in that way to my family, to my own family. And so I asked Brother Josh and Preacher Cody if they would sing with me. And I remember as we sat out at the graveside, and I looked to my right, and I knew the time was getting close, and I looked to the right, and I could see my sister very upset. I looked to the left at my grandparents who were about to bury their daughter, the one that came by and took care of them every single day. And I could just see how overwhelmingly sad, and it was a sad situation. I was very sad. But at that moment, it was almost like a heavy fog was around me, that the Lord allowed me to remove my emotions for just a few minutes, that we would be able to sing this song. And when I realized what was going on, I leaned to my husband and I said, "This is what grace feels like." And it was just like a aha moment for me. And for the next few moments, the Lord allowed me to sing like I never sang before. Not necessarily the best singing I've ever done, but just the ability to minister at that moment with all of my heart like I never have before. And as the song says, you know, since those days passed, there has been many tears shed. A lot of responsibility has fallen in our lap, and time after time after time, we have had to depend on the Lord for His strength, for His grace. And it has been more than sufficient for us, for my family, for my husband, who has had to be so strong for me and take on many roles that he didn't have to do, but he did. And I'm thankful for him and for my friends and for my family and for all that he's done for me in this situation. And, you know, we're able to look back at this point, even though it's very sad, and in the midst of much sorrow, little things along the way, much joy has been brought through my brother and forming new relationships with him and my children together. That has been a great joy for us. And just the way the Lord has blessed every situation. He has just been so graceful, and so good to us. And I just cannot thank him enough for what he's done. But I have experienced first what his grace feels like.
Though my heart is so heavy, I know that I am not alone. I found the strength